voices. Turn voices up. Okay, very good. There, now that's better. Lacey, what do you perceive perception to be?
Perception. Hey, Boggs. That's a good question. Perception is in the eye
Yes.
of the beholder, so what you perceive might not be something that the other person perceives, and what matters is coming to a mutual perception of compromised perception.
Well, that's a great answer on the spot too, Lacey. Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, you got by that one. Excellent job.
Yeah, I think perception is an interesting topic.
It is. We're finding it to be multidimensional, and depending on your point of view, entirely different universes right next to each other in perception. And hold on, what are those links now? Oh,
Oh,
bad link.
Henry was just asking if there was a direct link to this
Ah,
place.
are we having technical difficulties today in world?
What? What is
You can
that?
tell what I did, right? You know what I did, right? I hit that button.
It's okay.
My perception was that it was linked to something.
Oh, I see.
It's all right. I've been back here 4 times already so far.
Well, each time your voice gets a little bit better, or is that just my perception?
It's your perception. I have no idea why. I have no idea what's going on. I tried my AirPods. I tried my
Huh.
Bose wireless. None of it worked. So
Huh.
I'm back.
Well,
I'm back on the razors breaking. So who wants to hear my horrible joke?
I do want to hear
That
your horrible joke.
Okay. So
Go for it.
okay, a man goes to an old school psychiatrist for help with his problems, and the psychiatrist says, "I'm going to give you a Rorschach test." For those of you who don't know, those are ink blots, and people use that. They say what they perceive in the ink blots, and it gives the psychiatrist a lot of information. So he shows the hey, welcome back, Ellen. He shows the first ink blot to the patient, and the patient says, "Oh, that's two people having sex, of course." And then he says, "Okay." And he shows the next picture, and he said, "Oh, there's a Rorschach up there." Okay. And then the guy says, "Well, that's three people having sex." And then he shows the third picture to the patient, and the patient says, "That to me looks like an orgy." And then the psychiatrist says, you seem to have sex on your mind a lot. And the patient says to him, "What are you talking about? You're the one showing me the dirty pictures."
That's good. That's
Yeah.
very
So, but that's about perception, is it not?
good. It is a good, great, perfect
yeah.
perception joke. That's right. I love it. So, in that particular Rorschach check, photo,
Easy for you to
picture,
say.
yeah, really, I see two robins flying a hip replacement out of the hospital. How's that?
I see a demon.
A demon. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I do
It's not
finished.
three people having sex then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's two orgies.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we can go on with this one for about a half hour. Yeah, well, let me tell you what.
But that's what happens. Yeah, that's exactly what happens, and you really.
Oh, we
get
could
a
have a
lot from it.
Warsash or open mic. Come up with your latest Warsash and put it on the screen. I guess that's what's great about the TK screens, right? Anybody could post, so that's good. We have to work on something like that. Producer
Delicious.
Moggs, come on, you got to come up with something we can do with that. That sounds like a great idea. But we
how
digress.
to put it, Henry? You want to know how to put it? You have to do /TK space and then put your link in /TK and put your link in.
Yeah, it's TK.
Oh yeah. How do you not know TK?
Yeah, we ought to put a little sign saying TK Media compatible.
And thank you, Tiki, for this excellent script. It's really good.
Such good. It's such a good
It's
script.
ideal. Yeah.
It is. It's such good. It allows you to do a lot of things.
That's brilliant.
Seems-
Really, I love it. Yeah.
Seems to play all the YouTube videos as well, which some scripts don't.
Yeah.
So. Anyway,
Now
we
what
digress.
is this? This is like a weird bumblebee dragonfly thing.
Is this
Yeah, that was
yours,
a bat
Henry,
for
or
me.
is it? Oh, Henry, is this yours?
No, I popped that one up there.
Oh, okay. Are you putting something up, Henry? Or is...
Oh no. Hmm.
No, well, that was nope to me. That was an earlier nope. I don't know
Oh.
if this is a current nope.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a moth. I agree. It looks
Yeah,
like
it does look
Oh,
like
yeah, I
a moth.
thought-
Plus it's got the
I
fuzzy
thought-
antenna.
It looks to me like a bat, but it's got the head of that rabbit thing from Donnie Darko.
Yeah, or it could be a Las Vegas dancer with some really big furry
yeah,
thing.
like
Yeah.
a big dress thing.
It's
Yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras. It's
Mardi
fucking
Gras.
wild.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
Mardi Gras. It's a
big
Mardi
gown.
Gras rabbit impersonating a woman in Las Vegas.
Looks like a moth.
It looks like an ink blotch having sex. That's what it is.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, you can. Can.
I once
Yeah,
saw a
we're
huge...
waiting, Henry. We're just riffing on whatever's up there. So put it up. Be happy to see
Looking
you.
at
This
moth.
is open. This is open screen. I mean, open mic. That would be fun. That's a great concept.
Yeah,
Open screen. You
it
come up
is.
with your favorite links, and you have a link fight. You know, whoever wins the link fight, who would get the link up there first. You know, so you say a question. There you go. You say a question, right? And then you got to post it quickly as possible. Your TK link, and whoever gets the link gets the prize.
Yay.
There is a bit of lag here. I noticed on the link, though. Did you notice that, Alex? I put a link in there. It took about 15, 20 seconds for it to appear.
Yeah, it varies sometimes on the load-in. I think it probably varies for different people a little bit as well, depending on connections and things. Same as downloading.
Here we
web
go.
pages, I suppose.
Let's see.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, but sensor.
Oh, this one, yeah. Let's see if I can find a bigger image.
Is this supposed to be an ink blot? I see
Yeah, it
Sansar.
looks like yeah.
As you
see,
say,
it looks
it's
like-
your logo, is it?
I see a horse in the hat smiling.
So, Henry, I was looking at that image when you posted that before. Where do you? Oh, so you over the S's? That's where you see the horse in a hat smiling. Yes, I see it. Yes, I see a cow more like a horse, but yes, I see that too. Now it'll always be the horse in the
I
hat
see-
smiling.
I see a giraffe.
I do
That's
see a
funny,
giraffe.
though. What was that supposed to be? I think it was supposed to be a horse in a hat. It is a horse in a hat. What's a funny image is the image that the that the logo surrounds. And like, what the hell is that, right? I mean, what is that? It looks like the back of somebody's head, but what happened to his poor head? Yeah,
don't
Henry,
talk
you
about that.
infected me. I will never be able to look at the Sansar splash page again. I'll always see a cow. Actually, is more. I see more of a cow than a horse, but definitely an animal like that in a hat. So it's
I
very
see a
entertaining.
Jason mask.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it looks kind of like a tiny little mask there. Is that what it is? I don't know. I can't even tell. Oh, any other links? Any other thoughts on perception? This is
That's a
one of my
classic.
faves.
Yeah, yeah. This is a classic perception of the young Parisian woman or the old witchy hag. What do you see? Well, I wouldn't call her a witchy hag. She's just an older woman. Yeah, no, she's a
Yeah,
pleasant,
so-
actually, older woman.
A wise elder lady.
Yes, a wise older lady, or is she? Maybe it's the same person.
There's perception
She's-
right there, I suppose.
That's right. Well, I think that's what
Is it a witch
perception
or
says.
A wise lady, yes.
Is it an old woman or a young woman? Well, that's just your point of view, isn't it? Right? I mean, it's your perspective. So that's a very interesting notion right there. Is that even something as plain as day could be something for somebody else, depending on who they are.
What about oh,
Now, that looks to me like a duck, but something's going on, right? It's probably not a duck, is it?
Well, it could be. Elvin's got the other one.
Yeah, I know that one.
A hare. A hare.
Looking.
Hare.
Well, see if you can see it.
Oh yes. Oh yes. The hare with the air facing the other direction. Yes. Interesting. Although I still see more of a duck than a hare.
Twitch says they
We're
see
always
a
gonna
duck
see
head.
more of one. Yeah. Always going to see more of one than the other.
Sorry, Lacey?
These are.
What did you say?
Oh, I said Twitch says that they see a duck head. Jay the Wolf.
Oh, we're
Oh, we're on Twitch.
We are on Twitch.
Oh, hello Twitch. I didn't know we were streaming today. I was telling everybody, oh no, just say what you want, post what you want. We're not streaming today.
Oh, sorry guys. We started streaming a couple minutes ago.
Oh, a little heads up there, Lacey. Next time, huh?
I
Yeah,
did
we could
when I
get
came in.
trouble here.
You guys
When
are
you
good.
Came in. Well, I obviously didn't perceive you correctly.
Oh, the perception is percepted or something.
I've been up here, perceiving different things than you down there, and that brings us to an interesting design thing we're talking about at Music Oasis, of changing the format here into something more circular, because our resident doctor here says that this is a little bit hierarchical up here, and it may not be as conducive to public banter as a sitting at all one level and talking like in a round table or in the round. And
Yes.
just wondered what people thought about that. I mean, we can certainly experiment with some formats here. No problem with that.
The environment shapes your perceptions. That's the old cliche about how people in Alaska have 25 different words for snow. Whereas here we call, in New York, I call snow snow, but in Alaska they have 25 different words for snow because they deal with snow a lot.
Yeah, I think they have. It's the same in Florida, where they have different words for snow too, and snow's not snow down there, if you know what I mean. So.
Is that one of those 3D images, Mark?
Yeah.
I didn't put that there. I was just going to see if I could find a really big image of a similar
we need
thing.
bigger.
Yeah.
And what if I say if you also have a fifth dimension of color?
A fifth dimension of color is what you said?
Yes.
Thanks for the follow.
Now. So
So
what
Jay's
would that
going
be
to trip us out.
And the fifth is if you take what I told before, and for each one of those again will be different depending on how you place it towards another color. And that is the five dimension of color.
You're starting to twist Elvin's reality here. I think she think that fifth dimension put him over the edge.
You can see an example here. What I mean, it disappeared. But the point is that the square in the center is exactly the same, but looks different depending on which color surround it.
Mm-hmm.
So for each color in the third and fourth, you have a fifth because it will look different depending what's around it.
So that would be the fifth.
Yes.
Very interesting. Well, TRJ, when I want to paint my new living room. Could you come by and help me out with that? Have like a little time portal in there with all these dimensions. That would be really cool. So, what color is this living room? Well, according to Tirjay, depends what universe you're occupying at the moment. And it's like the string theory of physics, right?
Yes, I must add that
10 dimensions.
I must add that I have worked with color professionally.
Well, that is you're. It's good to know who to go to when we have color theory or technical color questions. So good to know, Tirjay. Thanks.
It was just a view to show that not everything is actually 3D. You have to use your imagination to understand that things can be placed in a different way. So that was my way of illustrating that 4 and 5 also is in theory possible.
Can you repeat that last sentence? What is possible? I just couldn't understand.
This was my way of illustrating that 4th and 5th in theory is possible, even if it's no way of physical assign it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. And also, it keeps a lot of scientists employed, which is an important thing about perception, because we have to perceive that the smart people are in control here, and idiots like me are up here just gabbing up a bunch of nonsense. So thank you. On to further topics of perceived notions. Dr. Fran, what did you perceive today when you woke up?
I perceived, well, it was all about snow because.
So it's kind of like a winter perception.
Mm-hmm. Clearly,
I wish I could
perception.
flash the camera out. It's you can't even see out the window right now. It's all just white.
It's all white and very windy too. So we get drift. My cats freaked out because they go outside and they're very unhappy they can't.
Did you say your cats? You have multiple cats?
I have one actual cat, and I have a cat that comes in on. He decided he lives here.
He doesn't even live there, and he decides
he decided. If he decided, then it's his perception that this is his home. So, and I do feed him, which as anybody who has a cat knows that's the first mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, I hope you like that cat.
Yeah. Oh, he's all right. He's bored to death today.
Yeah, Moggs, I feel the same way about rain. I mean, and bad weather in general. I love getting dressed for bad weather and going out in the middle of a storm.
Me too.
The more wild and windy, the better. Just let it happen. It helps to be dressed for it. If you're not dressed for that or dressed for the cold, it could be another story. But yeah, I love bad weather, and snow. I love a ton of snow and all kinds of flooding and stuff like that. Just something about it.
You're
in the raw elements. What do you like about it, Lacey?
I was thinking about cats and about cats' perceptions, and I was talking about this earlier with a few of coworkers. But I used to have a cat. She lived for 16 years. Great cat. But every time I changed her litter box, she would just immediately go and take a poop right after I changed it and stare me down. And I'm kind of curious what her perception of what I was doing was like. Do cats see us as like, slaves, or do they, like I'm not sure. I'm really curious as to what cats' perceptions are, but she stared me down in dominance every time I used to change it, and I was like, "Are you serious? you're very lucky.
They don't
you're cute."
like change.
Right.
They don't like change. If anything new comes into the place, she looks around my cat and she'll get very disturbed.
But
They-
that is a good notion about perception in general. You know, like what your cat is perceiving versus what you're perceiving, and you know it's something totally different. I mean, that
Totally.
your cat may be saying, "I made that. Oh man, what?
How
That's
dare
the
she
most
ruin
beautiful
it?
Thing." Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And why
It's
does
like,
she keep taking my poops?
yeah. I put my poop in this little Zen garden she put out there, and
This is brilliant.
and she ruined it. That bitch.
Can't-
That bitch. Give me some
I'll
tuna
Yeah.
fish or something. Yeah. Give
Yeah.
me something to eat. I'll rip the shred out of your.
I
my,
love it.
My cat do exactly the same thing as Lazy told. Sit and wait until I finish cleaning and then go to toilet.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, those cats. Those cats. Yeah.
Yes, they
Same thing with
do.
dogs. I mean, when you go out for a walk with a dog, and the world that dog is perceiving has nothing to do with the world you're seeing or
Yeah.
walking through. You know,
Right.
It's a world of olfactory
Yeah.
smells. That's right. Their sense of smell is 1,000 times stronger than ours, and God knows what that world is like. But very interesting thoughts on perception.
There's
Right, Wolfers?
Yeah.
I've got like 3 conversations going on at the moment with the crew here.
Yeah.
I know you're a multitasking. I just wanted to bring it back to the stage, just so we're all in on the party.
Yeah, me too, Elvin. I see a cartoonish sax dude.
I think this is another interesting one. How dogs see the world versus how we do.
Yep.
They can only see so many
Yeah,
colors.
That's right. Dogs have very limited, mostly black and white color
Cats
palette.
too.
That's,
Cats
a
can
colour
Cats
see
also
example.
motion.
black and white.
Yeah, but they see motion better than we do. That's why they can pick out a mouse in the backyard in 2 seconds.
Smart.
Mm.
Does anyone have colour blindness or colour quirks here?
I don't have
I don't
color
think I do,
blindness.
but I assume everyone sees colour slightly differently. Then we just know what we're talking about when we use the names, I guess.
Would we ever know though if we actually see them differently?
Well, that's it.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
no one told
how
you.
would we know?
Maybe your blue is
Well,
my
the-
The other
red.
person's blue.
Exactly.
There you have what I was touching again with more than just 3D. You have 4 and 5th, and this is also another example of that.
Okay.
Wolfer just said
Yeah.
she sees colors when she hears music.
You also
That's
it's
interesting.
it's called synesthesia, and I also have that, and it's where the wires get crossed in your brain, and you can
Wow.
yeah, it's really cool.
So different musics create different colors.
But yeah, and visuals. That's usually what happens. There's also if it gets really bad sometimes, or I guess not bad, but like intense, I can taste things sometimes, and that's really strange.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
very strange when that happens.
Well, I'll have what you're having. That sounds interesting. That sounds very interesting.
Does Sansa become overwhelming to you then, Lacey, at times? Because, I mean,
I wouldn't say so. The taste doesn't usually happen, thankfully, else I would probably not be in a great position.
Interesting, Wolfers.
Yeah.
To cut you off, Lacey.
No. Like, what you're showing on the screen is perfect. Like, that's, it's very similar, I guess you could say. And there's also, like, associations with colors. It's such a weird topic that, you don't I don't always talk about it because I don't want people to think I'm crazy.
Right. You're happy.
yeah.
I mean, I like, and that is interesting. Also, I mean, I do like subdued lighting and subdued colors. I don't like bright lights and stuff like that. And I kind of like blues music and more laid back music as opposed to heavy metal and stuff like that. It's just the type of things I perceive that feels good to me. So, interesting.
I wonder if there's a connection between people's understanding of colours when you talk about blue being like a sad colour and things like that. to how synesthesia manifests. Like with the image on the screen, is N a sad letter? Is that why it's blue? Because it's somehow represents, like, I don't know, or, and two. I wonder if there's a connection between people's understanding of what colours mean and how then they come across in things like synesthesia. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's funny, I don't see in those letters, I would never say bad or good, but I would say interesting or dull. So that light tan thing in the middle, the T's, to me seems a little dull, but that's, I don't think it, I don't know.
Zero.
I don't think it means much.
Zero being grey, I suppose, is kind of nothingy.
Well, color is all relative. So as we just saw, that you could change that background and change all those colors. Make a black background, and that dull little O may be a bright O. So it's all a matter of context when it comes to perception. And Elvin brought up a point of something about some substance that you take. What did you say? I don't want to misquote. Opioids. Yeah, I mean, talk about perception. Wasn't it Timothy Leary? His whole perception of reality changed on LSD, and he changed the whole generation there just about. So
turn on, tune in, drop that.
That's right. I mean, talk about perception and the use of drugs for perception. It's a very powerful phenomena to perceive what is there versus what you perceive to be there. The truth versus the truth with a small t versus the truth with a big T, as it goes. So interesting, very interesting. Yeah, and Aldous Huxley is the same one, The Doors of Perception, and also into, what is the real you and what is actually going on.
Color. I dream in color. Henry asks if you dream in color or black and white.
Color.
I don't really know, to tell you the truth. I don't know. That's a good question.
Spelled it wrong, Max.
I have not spelt it wrong.
Okay.
You have perceived the spelling as being incorrect.
Yeah. Well, that's right, because everybody knows, Moggs,
No.
that the Yanks spell everything wrong.
I mean, there's a lot of unnecessary vowels, I must admit,
Wow, I'm
in British English, but I like them. I think it's a shame to kick them out. I'd feel sorry for the U if we booted them out. That is.
I just always pick on my British friends about it. And they pick on me.
So I'm sorry, I had a call. I was briefly caught off stage.
I had my town supervisor giving me information about the snow while I was trying to talk.
Yeah, as they say, run for cover. As they say, the house is about to collapse under the weight of snow. Hope not.
Pretty deep out there.
Lacey, what was the colors that you posted up above? And I'm beige. The worst color for me.
It's not a bad color. It's a good color.
I want to be purple. I want to be purple.
It's awesome.
Oh, well, look, you got to start somewhere, right? So if I have to start at beige and work my way up to purple, I'll do whatever it takes. Okay.
Oh man.
What haven't we covered today? We've producer Moggs, please. What am I missing here today? You made such a great comprehensive list, and I went ahead and lost the list. So what am I missing on today's list?
I was just going to quickly say it's interesting. Some of Lacey's colours match the colours that we've chosen for ourselves, and then other ones don't match the colours that we've chosen for ourselves, which suggests that we might also, some of us, see ourselves as the same colour, so we perceive the colour like you have got like a brown top and beige shoes and stuff, and I am kind of, I don't
Oh.
know, slightly browny greys and things. And obviously, Misa likes purple and has purple hair and things. So some of them matched, but then other ones didn't. So it's not necessarily that what we're wearing is what Lacey's saying is the colour, but for some of us, we've chosen the same colour.
It's
I thought that was interesting.
Woofer's agreed with me on some of the colors she sees for people too, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're both synesthetists, or however you would say
Synesthesis.
that.
Yeah, I can't say that.
You're gonna have
They see
to
color.
create an experience so people can see what you're perceiving, right?
You know, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we're gonna have a performance by the Yellow Screaming Zonkers. They have the appropriate music.
Yellow zonkers.
One of the things that was on the list, I don't know how well this fits in. I assume it does. It was phobias. Whether people have them, and is that a thing? I kind of dread to bring that up because mine's embarrassing.
Well, you opened the gate on that one, Mog, so you're gonna
God damn
have
it!
to tell us.
He outed himself. Twitch
Okay.
is listening.
So it's partly embarrassing because if I tell people what it is, the word sounds like another word. So I'll just put it in the text chat rather than say what it is I'm
Okay.
afraid of out loud, so then I
Okay.
can spell it the correct way.
Okay.
Buoys.
There you go.
Buoys.
Oh, you pronounce it differently. Brilliant. In British English, we would just pronounce that as boys.
Oh.
Just the same
Ah.
as, you know, as,
Yeah,
as
we
my
say
sister.
buoy.
Yeah, boys.
Yeah.
But buoy. You say buoy. Wicked. Cool. Yeah, we say boys, which is always then awkward when
Well,
you say to someone that you're afraid of boys. But yeah, I mean the ones in the
I
sea.
am. It's okay.
I imagine you're not often on the water then.
But it's more being in the water. I think what it is, it's to do with not knowing what they're for. I don't like man-made. Refining it a bit. I don't like man-made things in water and being in the water with man-made stuff. And I think particularly with buoys, I prefer that saying. That's that pronunciation, buoys. I don't like that they're attached to something that is like deep under the sea somewhere beneath me, and I don't know what it is or what it's doing. I think somewhere in my head, I always picture that it's like attached to an old World War I mine, sea mine.
Oh my
or
gosh.
something terrifying. Like I don't know, but there's.
I get that.
Yeah, that's it. It's something like that unknown and not knowing whether they move or what they're for, and that
It's-
means the mystery of the ocean.
Is it like thalassophobia? Like the fear of like deep, like the unknown in the ocean. I know that's a phobia, thalassophobia. There's a whole subreddit on it.
Deep, yeah.
Okay.
It could
I
be a
once
part of that.
went, yeah, probably. I once went snorkeling in the Mediterranean, and I really enjoyed it. It was a water sports holiday actually, which is ironic given the phobia. And I did windsurfing as well actually, and that was completely ruined by the fact that the wind was constantly taking to me towards this huge metal, grotty, rusting sea buoy with a light on, and I ended up having to jump off and swim away because that freaked me out.
Wow.
But yeah, ignoring that, the scuba diving, sorry, not scuba diving, snorkeling, I really, really enjoyed. And then about halfway through, like sound travels very clearly in water.
Yes.
So it was probably a very long way away, and I couldn't sort of see any when I was above water, but I could hear the sound of like a tinkling metal chain in the water. And of course, that totally triggered me. So my swimming with pretty fish and stuff was suddenly ruined by this distant yet very clear sound of like a tinkling chain that I didn't know where it was coming from. So yeah, that got me out of the water.
I can completely understand that.
Phobias, though, are
Thank
exactly that. Then phobias are a direct perception of external stimuli and your reaction to it. You know, and it becomes your internal life responding to the outer life, and you know where that came from. You know, who knows? It could have been when you were young. You had an experience you saw on TV or a movie with.
Yeah, I've wondered that. I don't really know, but yeah.
Well, I got phones ringing up the yin yang.
Yeah.
It is one I don't know where it comes from, I must admit. I can't pinpoint where it comes from. Because I don't mind swimming either. I'm not particularly good at swimming, but I quite enjoy it.
Right. Well,
Yeah, it's just
I suggest, I hope you look into this and report back when we have a show on resolved issues.
Fortunately, I don't live anywhere near the sea, so the vast majority of the time it causes no issue.
In text chat, we're talking about liminal spaces. Lacey, can you explain, please?
It's kind of like an aesthetic that refers to, the feeling. It's like a transitional space, or like a place that's been abandoned, like a mall at 4 a.m. and nobody's there, or like a school hallway in the middle of summer. I'll put up a picture of some place. Actually, there's a really cool video I can throw up of liminal spaces that people just put together. I don't know why the internet does this, but it's kind of cool. Right?
They have the same phobias.
Right? It's let's see if I can throw these on. See if this
Oh, sorry, did I just...
Oh, no worries. No worries. Oh god, that's scary.
It is, Misa just sent that in. It is, it doesn't look, it's even more scary in
I know,
the
phobia.
lighting on my other screen. I don't even know what that is. Is it a fish? Oh, it's freaky.
The
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, let me turn my stream audio down a little bit. Like these areas and stuff, it's kind of it triggers like kind of a sense of familiarity, but also like yeah.
I'm okay with that. Not trypophobia though.
Oh yeah, no, same. I'm with you there, Fran.
Ooh.
So, it's trypophobia, fear of
Holes, repeating patterns.
Right. Let's not put up pictures of that, please.
They were
holes
up there.
or repeating
that is
patterns.
tempting.
Please no.
Holy cheese or a sponge, like
Yes.
Sponges, yeah.
Really?
Yep.
It's
what kind of feeling do you get from those?
Creepy.
that
Tingly.
you there is some interesting science behind it that apparently
Yes.
it's like like our ancestors were like, hey, you shouldn't eat that thing, and so like it's kind of like ingrained into us, or like a seed pod or something like that.
That there might be insects in it or something.
Right, exactly.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Beehives particularly.
Oh gosh, yeah. What else?
Which do have bugs in them.
Oh yeah, that too.
I'm just trying to think of things with holes in them.
My mother and I always had that, and we used to call it the creepy feeling, and we didn't know it had a name.
Oh yeah. There's like horrible photoshopped images of like people putting holes on
With their
hands.
hands and
Oh
stuff,
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Well, I've actually gotten better with it by flooding myself with images. So, because it used to be intolerable. Yeah, it used to be intolerable, but now I can
Image
tolerate
therapy.
It. Yep.
That's an interesting notion.
Cognitive
of that, just
behavioral. Yep.
That
Overstim.
We could do a definitely a virtual build to help people with that. Just have them
Phobias?
Walk into, yeah, sir. Of course. Well, they do it now for post-traumatic, so you could do it for anything. But
They use VR for that. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Expose people to the
I like
fears
liminal
in
spaces.
a controlled way.
They're
So
kind of
now,
cool.
liminal, obviously, it's you compare that to subliminal, which is also another perception and
I love
ways
that.
of commuting. So, Moggs, have we got any subliminal imagery?
ooh, what do you want to brainwash people with, Rag?
Let's say there was a classic subliminal.
Wasn't
Wasn't there a
quick
classic
subliminal message.
subliminal way back when of a
Cigarette.
Videos or images?
No, this was just images. It was images of a whiskey glass and ice, and the ice
The
cubes
penis airbrushed.
were supposed to be some sexy women or something. I don't remember what it was, but all that subliminal type of advertising.
Like in advertising, would it have been something like? Oh, that's tiny. 1 second.
I used to have a collection of them
I've
because
got
I
a
was
million
that
tabs open.
paranoid.
We'll have to see if Tiki could come up with a magnifier for these images we put up on the screen.
There's a very handy website, if anyone wants a tip, called TinEye, which is a reverse image search, and you can put images in it,
Wow.
links, and then it'll find all the other images of it on the internet that are available.
Wow.
And you
Wow.
can search by largest image first. Which
That's
is-
brilliant, Henry.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I'm
That's-
calling you Henry
that's-
again. I'm calling you Henry. It's brilliant, Mog. So what is that site again?
TinEye. I'm looking at it right now.
TinEye. That reminds me of a great joke to tell you later.
Just added it to Chrome. I have an
too
extension
rude
for
for
Chrome.
So yeah, that was
yeah,
what
it's
I was
very
thinking
handy.
about. That was what I was thinking about. That one. It was supposed to be something in that ice, and
I do like a good whiskey.
I do too. I tell you, we're gonna have to have
It's advertising well for me.
Henry,
cocktail
too.
hour. We have to have cocktail hour. At a time between Henry. What country are you in again? Are you in the Netherlands or you're east of
He's in England.
Moggs, right? Yes, Henry. Oh, you're in England. No. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were in. I wasn't sure where you were from. Ah, okay, that's it. All right, never mind. So you and Moggs have cocktail hour at a normal time. I'll have to join you like at 2 in the afternoon for me for some whiskey. So
Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
that's right. That's right.
All right, Henry's going to put in a video. Go for it, Henry.
All right, Henry. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this one.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Tripping out. That was great.
So now the premise there was that he had what? He couldn't see red, and he had glasses, special glasses or something.
Yes, I just put a little. I don't completely get it. A little explanation thing. So you have 3 receptors in the eyes for different colours. Is it red, blue, and green? I think.
Yep. RGB,
So different colour blindness is a difference in the amount of those receptors that you've got in your eyes. So I think there's about three main types. I think I can't remember the names off the top of my head. I could probably find some images that show what it looks like depending for people with colour blindness, like the reverse of what those glasses do. Yeah, so I think the lens is especially made to account for the differences in the receptors in people's eyes and let more or less of certain colours through, I think, is the gist of it, so that they get a colour-corrected vision.
Interesting. Yes. Well, as a kid, I would always hope for those to get a pair of those X-ray glasses that they were advertising in the back of comic books, so you could see all the people without
If
clothes
there's
on. So never
any
did get
designers
those.
out there, I think Photoshop... Photoshop and stuff, you can get plugins, or you used to be able to, and there are certain services where it converts images to show what they'd look like to people with the common types of color blindness. So if you do
Wow.
design or anything like that, it's useful to, like if you're using certain colors to denote
Interesting.
buttons or whether things are important and things like that, it's useful to put it through a filter so that you can see whether people with color blindness will still be able to interpret the colors you've used correctly, so that it still has meaning to them.
Interesting. Yeah, that is a good perception. Certainly for designers to know in today's environment, where you want to encompass a lot of people's perceptions. We're into.
I think, yeah,
we're moving towards a society that wants to be more inclusive as opposed to more hierarchical, right, Doctor? Where
Yes.
this is the way you are to
This is
perceive
the
things,
way.
as opposed to from the ground up. We live in a diversity and a rich diversity, and that's how we ought to treat our populations. With respect.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that is the perception of the hour. Respect.
Respect.
So, I'm thinking out loud here. Lacey, on these streams, should we ever set these up for a cam? Same cams you have, DJ things?
It is totally
Just
fine either
different
way.
camera angles?
I usually just move my camera around to
Oh,
get
that's
some.
right. You're in control of this. Right? So it's basically what you're doing. I'm looking around. And I'm saying, "Geez, I don't see anything." But no, that's right. Duh. Yeah. Hello.
You're all good.
I'll shut up now. Yeah. I'll shut up now. I leave everything to Moggs these days. He's in control here, so I know my limitations, and it's nice to have an adult in the room. That's all I have to say.
Well, I'm very glad you're in charge, Ragga, to be honest. You do a very good job. You do a very good job.
See, and actually, all this time, Woofers is over there pulling all the strings because she's the one who's really controlling us all.
And just posting links.
Woofers is multitasking today. I wonder what. I don't perceive anything there. What have we got here on the screen?
Sorry, I replaced someone's image there, but I think it was very similar. Yeah, no, it was a good one though. Actually, whoever put that up, let me put that back up.
This is
All right. Make sure to join us in world at events.sansar.com. We'll see you at the next event.
That's not sure who put that up. That's